Hello and welcome again. Today we're going to work on the practice of smooth power. If you are moving in a rigid line, for example, I'll show from the side this way, you may feel that you're moving on a certain track, you may feel a certain amount of power generation, but most of what you're feeling is tension and wasted constriction in the body. If you're able to relax your method of moving yourself, then you will be moving a much more humane form of movement for yourself, and you will see that your power generation, your ability to continue to move despite any obstacle coming in your way, is going to be much greater. But to start with a few patterns to practice, I put my fists together and I show everything from two angles. So from here what I'm doing is advancing much like a train wheel. One elbow moves forward and the other contracts. 1 and 2, like so. Obviously I'm allowing the breathing to guide the motion. Like so. Now I'll do the same movement overhead. So from here, one leading all the time. Now travel around the head, one way and then the other. Again, my fists are touching each other. One elbow moves, the other one just moves with it. So you are moving along yourself instead of pushing and pulling and using too much tension. So from here, 1, 2, 1, 2. On the side. Now we'll circle with a constant of both elbows not moving. So from here, you will see the rotation of the forearm and of the shoulders. They're moving the least amount. Like so. And then we do with one elbow in place and the other one moving. And the other one. What you're actually doing is learning to pass your consciousness throughout your body and shifting your point of direction. As you can see, you're drawing different shapes with different body parts, where you align the beginning of a movement in one place and then another. This works exceptionally well with using tools such as knives or anything else of the sort. Now let's do something that is up and down in this direction. I'll show from the side first. Elbow up. So the elbow comes up, it continues, like you're passing the movement from one side to the other. Or you can do that from above and below. From the side. Up till now I've done mostly front work. A very important bit here is to work behind yourself. For example, we can work and do the same pattern overhead and behind us. So from here, I'm rotating on the within the bounds of my movement, like so. And I can also try to do the same or the same type of movement behind myself. So obviously I will turn and do a few patterns. So from here, circling. After circling, you do a side-to-side ellipsis. So and then you can just turn on yourself. So from here, or just go up and down. Like so. Balancing out front and back movement will really help with your freedom and awareness of the whole shoulder movement. Now let's move with a dynamic point of contact. So from here, I'll show from the side first. My fist slides on myself, and then the other one slides forward and backwards, like so. I'm not leaving myself, I'm just continuing to move, sliding on myself. Same for up and down, overhead, and also at the back from here. Obviously with a different range of motion. Then we move from a different point, so I move to the elbow, like so. In the beginning the drills may appear a bit strange. After a while you will see how they come into play. For example, if you're being held in this manner, instead of trying to climb back up, just be able to shift and move your elbow up and continue moving. If you're being twisted to the side, again, just relax your shoulder and avoid getting into more trouble, let's say, this way. Now let's combine the lower body. I'll take one toe and place it on the ground, and I'm just circling with the heel, one way and the other, one way and the other. And then of course for the other leg, circling and using the heel as my point of focus. Now do the exact same movement, only I'm shifting my aim from my heel to my knee. So my knee is moving it. I'm thinking about moving from the knee. The appearance of the movement is limited, but it will really help with generation of effect and fluidity later on. And then I'm doing the same thing from the hip. So the same movement can have several focal points of movement, and eventually you'll see how this works for you. After you've done this, you do the same thing, only sliding on yourself. The same way that I slide on myself, I'll show another version with the upper body. Here, forearms sliding on each other. Same way I'm sliding my knee and hip. Move this way, this way. I show from the back. My foot is circling one way, circling the other way. And then my leg is moving this way and that way. So I'm creating a full figure eight, however you want to call it. So from here I'm switching and turning, switching, turning. Same thing with the other leg. Not something you may want to do with your wedding pants, but who knows. And then sideways from here. Again, it's body, body. And anyway, I'm not leaving myself. I'm always moving on myself. Another way to show this is feet sliding on the ground. I'll show two variations. One is very paramount to your movement, and it's just one foot moving from the hip. This is paramount. From here, moving from this direction to the complete opposite. So from here, I'm switching 1, 2. I'm not moving from where I am, but my body position and angle is completely changed. So this arm goes 180. Not from the body, the shoulder doesn't move at all. Instead, this moves from the shifting of my foot. Another crucial point is that both legs move together. So if I just twist one, there's going to be more tension. Instead, both legs move together, both hips move together. So if one turns and then one relaxes to allow this state from here, one relaxes, the other one turns. So if I'm being pushed, I can relax forward and continue in some way. Or if there is a knife here, instead of just collapsing my state where it is, I relax and continue. Now this is obviously not an easy thing to do, and hopefully you won't be able to need it, but here, see, relaxation and continuation in some form. Now, you may not need it, but here is a three-dimensional form of it. See here, hip relaxation towards it. Now I want to show two things, one for the shoulder and one for the hips. This is the form. It's very simple. From here, I'm moving my shoulders and shoulder blades forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. I'll show from the side. Again, breathing paramount. Same thing, up and down, up and down, and down. Maintain your focus in the shoulders and shoulder blades. On the side. Good. Now that you've done up and down and side to side, circling. In the beginning this may feel strange, even a few cracks, but it will really help. Like so. For example, if I am being persuaded by a blade to try to block it, because my hand is up from fright, instead of trying to move here, I relax my shoulder blades. So I'm not allowing tension to run from the limb to the body. Instead from here, see, shoulder blade. So there is no increase of tension activation in the arm. Here, instead of trying to move away, which as you can see increases my tension, I'm just relaxing my body and able to hopefully maintain my limb count. Now we've done this, now one after the other. So here, up and down in different directions, like so. Now let's do the same thing with the hips. If you dance Latin, this will really help. Here, I'm using my legs to move my hips and my hips to move my legs, meaning that they have to move in sync. If I lift one hip up, I relax the other one, as you can see. So up and down, up and down. Not something that you want to do in your first day in jail. Hopefully you won't get to that. So up and down, up and down, like so. And then forward and back. I'll show first the first movement. See, relaxing, relaxing. I'm actually sort of like sliding on ice, moving from leg to leg, like so. And then forward and back. So the center, in Japanese I think hama, does not move. This moves. See, forward, hip, other hip. Okay. If someone grabs me, this is quite effective if you do it in the right time and place, or if you combine it with the rest of your movement and it's not stiff. Instead of this, you continue to move. You allow the movement of your body to come from your body. So instead of trying to strike and freeze, you continue. The movement does not stop. But that's another topic. So here, forward and back, forward and back. Again, this doesn't move, and then up and down. Again, the center does not move. And then circling. With the breathing and sideways, this doesn't move, and this sort of forms a circle. Circles that are running after each other. If I'm being, again, using a persuasion device here, instead of this, relaxation and continuous motion. If you are having flashbacks from Japanese martial arts, just know that everything is the same. We have the same body, and true martial art is not that far off one from another. Now let's combine all of them. See, shoulder movement and with shoulder blade. Now elbow moving with shoulder blade. Forearms. As this moves, they have to relax, the bulb screwing motion. Here, so here moving. I'm allowing the salsa hips to travel, and then I'm able to swim without tension. If you do this against the wall, it should be able to move without bang and bang. Continuous motion. So, or with your fists against the wall here, see? There should be no sound, there should be no tension against the wall. Because what you want to do when you're hitting is not break the object necessarily, transfer to it the motion, so you can dissuade the aggression within. Keep safe and keep working every day. Thank you from Israel.